Hey world, it's the Sonic Fable, who else? And today I am bringing you an album review actually. I don't really do these that often, but whenever I get a chance and I buy a new album, I get a chance, and something that's not JLPK reviewing, who he reviews every single album that has to be there in like a week. But yeah, anyway, here's an album he's not reviewing. It's backwards, but it's the Gotye, not Gotye, not Gotye, Gotye, Making Mirrors. And now, everyone knows Gotye from his hit song, Somebody That I Used to Know. And that's on this album. It's the only album he's ever come out with. But does that song go into the album really good? Well, let me explain by talking about the songs in general. Our first song we get is Making Mirrors, the title of the album. It's the first song, and it's a little short song. It's like 30 seconds long. There's no lyrics or anything. It's just like a smooth, gentle vibration into the whole album. You get nice and calm. It's a nice feeling. It's 30 seconds. I like it. It's a nice feeling. And then we have Easy Way Out, and this is like a little rock ballad, I guess. And it's interesting because usually Gotye doesn't use rock ballads, but you know, whatever. It's Gotye. Can't explain it. But yeah, he does like a little rock ballad. It's kind of jazzed up too. I like it. It's catchy. It's good. And then it makes the best transition ever into Somebody That I Used to Know. And everyone knows how Somebody That I Used to Know is. It's the song that's overplayed. And I do like it. It has a good message. I do, but I just wish it wasn't as overplayed as much. It's a good song though. I do agree with that. The beat's nice. The gentle tone of it. The Kimbra into it. And yeah. And then the best song on the album, I believe, is Eyes Wide Open, which is the next song. And that's just it's like a really more rock song, which is nice. And it's basically the sequel to Somebody That I Used to Know. Basically that I Need to Get Away, all that stuff. And I like it. It's really cool, and it's the best song on the album. Then we have Smoke and Mirrors, which is it's a jazz song, and it really gets it into the album too, which is like really nice too. But it's not as good as the rest of the other songs in my opinion, but you know, it's still a good song. Next we have I Feel Better, which is okay, you know. I like it for what it is. In Your Light, you know, it's the same thing as before, except, and you notice that the voice quality isn't the same as the other two songs, which I'm going to get into with the next song, which is State of the Art. State of the Art is the weirdest song on this album, because it's the song that sounds nothing like Gotye. Okay, and let me explain. It's all like boom, 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 da 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 da, and he sings it like, you know, the slow-mo talk, like whoa. He sings it like that. Like they change the voice quality and then they bring his voice up at those parts. It's really weird. I do like it, but it's weird. I can't really it's really weird. You have to listen to it to get what I'm understanding. And next is the worst song in the album, in my opinion. Don't Worry, We'll Be Watching You. I don't like it. Okay? It just doesn't sound right to me. Okay? It doesn't sound like Gotye. Like, State of the Art is weird, but I did enjoy it for what it was. That song just isn't good whatsoever. And it doesn't fit the album in general. Giving Me a Chance, it's like that too. It's like the other song, but I do like it a little bit more than Don't Worry. I just don't like it. I skip it. Save Me, you know, it does lay it up, but still, I don't like it. And then Bronte is like Making Mirrors. It's like a 30-second ballad for the end of the album, and it makes it sound like I goes back to Making Mirrors to play it all over again, which is nice. But the last 4 songs of the album aren't that good. So yeah, the first 8 songs I do recommend you all listen to, and then the last 4 songs you listen and tell me if you disagree with me or not. But yeah, those are the songs. Major props to Gotye and how his voice register. He can go really high or really low, like that. But yeah, that's a good and a bad thing, because when it sounds like him and then it doesn't sound like him, which means, yeah, he has a good sound register, but when you hear it, it doesn't sound like him, and you would never guess that's a Gotye song. See, I'm saying Gotye, but it's Gotye. It's Gotye. G-O-T-Y-E. It's Bulgin. Hello. You gotta say it like in Bulgin. At least you're not saying it in German. It's like Gotye. Yes, some fire. Yay. Whatever you say. However you say Y, because they don't have a Y in the dictionary in their alphabet. But yeah, honestly. And then the jazz. I like that. It doesn't really feel like it's all one album. Sure, you feel more jazz to it, but then you get some rock, and then you get depressing songs, and then you get all that. And when it mixes together, it's nice, but it doesn't like really fit together either, too, which is in a weird way. So, if I had to rate this album out of 10, I'd probably give this album, you're gonna be weird, but I surprisingly give this album a 9, okay? Sure, the last 4 songs are not that good, but the way that the tone quality is and all the sound mixtures together are, I liked it. It's good for what it is, okay? So yeah, 9 out of 10. I say if you like something that I used to know, you're definitely gonna like the album, probably. You're gonna want to get this. If you like Gotye, you're gonna like this. If you're wanting a new taste in music, you might like this. If you're looking for like a more like it's strict to one type of music, you're not gonna like this album because it's gonna be all over the place for you, and you're gonna be like, what the heck? Why can't I listen to one thing? I don't want to listen to jazz and rock, then depressing, then jazz and rock, and then depressing, and then pop and whatever else. But yeah, good album. I like it. It's one of my favorite albums so far of the year. But yeah, so yeah, that's all I have to say for this album. I'm probably not going to do a podcast this Friday. I'm probably going to do it every other week now. Reason being that I'm starting school now, college school, and I don't have enough time. So and plus you saw my editing style in Podcast 5, which you definitely should check out. Let me just put that down. Podcast 5, definitely you see my editing style of what I'm going to do with the podcast now, and that takes a lot of time for me, and I don't have the time with all school starting, and then I have all practices for all this stuff, and then I have to do performances, which you guys will see some of my performances once in a while. I'm going to figure out a way to get those uploaded and see if I can get through with the copyrighted music, but then again, it's going to be me performing and then someone else playing the music, so I think I'm allowed to get away with it, but whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching, and check me out later for another podcast sometime soon, or any other reviews that I'm probably going to do in the week. Alright, goodbye.